Okay, so let's get straight into it. So Amaka and Phyna, while they moved into the new house, they were calling all the housemates. They were like, you guys should come. Let's count these condoms. Like, can you imagine? They wanted them to count it and verify the number of condoms they have so that they would know when one is going missing. Because, I mean, in the other house, I think the total number of condoms they were given was, I think, 28 or so. And then in how many days, it was down to 18. And funny thing is, nobody is admitting to using it. It's just disappearing, right? Or they're using it to do what? Store water. I don't know. Okay, so they called out to the other housemates. And we all know that they are indirectly talking to Khalid and Daniella, because, I mean, Amaka has caught them more than once doing the do. She has caught them, and for some reason, I don't know, she has not really said anything, which is quite unusual when it comes to Amaka's kind of character so far. She has not said anything. I'm pretty sure she must have said it to Phyna, of course. I mean, who else would she tell? But, you know, we know they were indirectly talking to Daniella and Khalid. We know that for sure. I mean, you could see Daniella's face. Like, her face was so contorted. She was boiling where she was. But, you know, she was still trying to keep her cool because for some reason they are not yet exactly exclusive with their situationship. Now, that brings me to another kind of, let's say, controversial situation in Daniella and Khalid's relationship. So we all know that Khalid is Muslim, right? And Daniella is Christian. And for some reason, yeah, Muslims don't drink alcohol. It's against their principles and everything. And Daniella does. So dude has an issue with Daniella taking alcohol, but he somehow doesn't see premarital sex as a problem. Like, okay. So you guys can, you know, get groovy under the shit, but you cannot take alcohol. How does that make sense? Please, dude, make it make sense, because it's not making sense in my head. Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Anyway, I'm talking about Daniella and Khalid. They've just been going back and forth. We know almost every night. It's almost like we are expecting them to do something, but maybe because they know that we're expecting them to do something. So this night or last night, there was really nothing happened. And I think yesterday morning during their workout session, right? I think Daniella was a bit emotional. I mean, we saw her crying, but we don't know exactly what, because when it comes to the both of them, it's difficult to make out what they're talking about. It's difficult to hear them. They're always so hush hush, like they're always whispering, they're always talking. Only both of them understand what they're saying, and we don't really know what's going on between these two people because we don't know if they're a thing or not. And well, so I don't know, maybe she's really having guilt issues. Maybe she doesn't want to do this anymore. Or maybe they just want to take a break. I don't know, whatever it is between those two guys. I really don't know. Okay, so now this particular ish has me feeling kind of funny because we all know that Doyin has not really had a love interest. Now, I'm talking about not her loving someone that liked her back. Now, she's been struggling with finding that person. At first, it was Shegs she was into, but then, you know, for whatever reason, Shegs, of course, for Bella, Shegs was not interested in any other person than Bella. And it was hard for her to move on, but she moved on, and now she has found someone else who she likes and has been working. She has been really working really hard to, you know, make this thing work. That is the person of Deji, right? So Doyin likes Deji, and it's obvious, and she has made her feelings known, and they have a good friendship working for them right now. And all of a sudden, okay, no, before I go into that, yeah. So we know that as well, Doyin and Allison are like besties in the house per se. But now, all of a sudden, Allison, who is supposed to be her babe, is now saying she has an interest in Deji. Like, I don't understand. How does that make sense? Because at first, Allison went for Adekunle. I mean, this dude was not even really into her like that, but she went for him. She led him on and she made him fall for her. And now she's saying that she's done. Like, she doesn't want him anymore. She realized that he's too deep for her. Like, what he wants is too deep for what she wants. She doesn't want that kind of deep stuff. And the person now she likes is Deji. And I'm like, in all the guys in the house, you did not see any other person to like, and you have the boldness to even profess your likeness for him. Like, you can say that you like him to Doyin's face. Like, that's not just fair. Like, why is she doing her friend like that? Her supposed friend. So now she's thinking of how she wants to break up her situationship with Adekunle and move on to Deji. And why? That's not fair. I mean, let the girl have her man. Let her have someone, you know? Because Deji's almost at a place where he's about to, you know, maybe start to reciprocate those feelings for Doyin. But now, Alison wants to come into the mix. And I'm wondering, that would be such a big problem. Like, that would be such a dramatic moment to see, because Alison, we get it. We've gotten the point. We know that you can get a guy if you want to. We get it. Okay, could you just leave Deji for Doyin? Like, we just try. Leave him alone. Like, that wouldn't be nice at all. It wouldn't be nice at all. I mean, we heard her talking over and over. She was telling Diana and trying to ask for advice, you know, that kind of thing, where she's done with Adekunle. Like, she doesn't want him anymore. He's too deep for her. She's not ready for that kind of deep commitment. And now she's looking for a way she can break things with Adekunle and, you know, still be good friends. So she doesn't know if she should do it before moving on to, what's his name, Deji, or she should still hold on to Adekunle and then move on to Deji. And we all know that Hermes actually professed his feelings for Alison, but she turned him down. So I don't know what she's trying to prove. I mean, she's been this kind of person that's not been too dramatic per se. She's just been quiet and easygoing. You know, she's always been just there. And maybe she wants to move from being just there to being the drama in the whole thing. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna move from level 1 house to level 2 house. Because, okay, level 2 housemates, because I don't know what Biggie wants us to call them. We're still confused on what we're gonna call them. So Bbnaija and Brian have had their first altercation, like a major fight, actually, vocal fight. They had that was, you know, whilst they were still settling into their new mansion. We don't know what started the fight, but we just saw them arguing and exchanging words, and Brian was like cursing her father, and she was like, "You don't bring my father, never in your life bring my father into this." All I could see and hear were just two kids bickering, because their choice of words just showed how immature they were and they are. Like, I don't get it. Anyway, I think somehow, though, this whole thing has to do with a change of attention, per se, because we all know that Bbnaija and Brian were kind of a thing. And then at some point, it has begun to look as though he has moved his attention from Bbnaija to Modella. And Bbnaija is not finding it funny. She's just been, you know, trying to act like she's cool, but I guess she's been looking for that moment to, you know, snap. I'm gonna say this though. I know that Big Brother asked Modella to wreck a ship, but come on. I mean, there are more solid ships to wreck. There's Khalid and Daniella, even though there's no longer Groovy and Beauty, because sadly, Beauty was disqualified. But that would have been a major ship to wreck. I mean, what are you doing with Bbnaija and Brian? Like, they're not even defined. Their relationship is not even defined. Like, we don't even know what they are. Perhaps it's just friends with benefits, or friends that keep each other warm. I don't know what they are, because it's not defined. So I don't know if that's the ship she chose to wreck. And if that is the case, and I think it's maybe because of personal interest, maybe she actually likes Brian and she wants him for herself. Because I've been saying, where exactly is Modella in this mix? What is she doing? She's not doing the task that Big Brother asked her to do. Girl, do what you were asked to do. Wreck a ship. A real ship. Like Khalid and Daniella. Khalid and Daniella, that's a ship to wreck. What is Brian and Bbnaija? Anyway, we saw them in a heated argument this morning. That is Brian and Bbnaija, and it just made me wonder, are these not people that are supposed to like each other? I mean, even though you get upset, do you have to use those kind of words on each other and you claim to like each other, even if it's not love? There should be some certain degree of respect, right? You don't have to disrespect me in a way that even when we're trying to fix it, I can't get past the things you said, because they were really using hurtful words at each other. Apparently, from Ilebai's own side of the narrative, she said that she's tired, that it's not by force to be your friend. Like, she was like saying, is it by force to be your friend? I'm tired, and all those kind of things. So I think she feels as though she's done with Brian. That's what she's saying. That was the problem. For Brian, he's saying that she asked him to give her a hand massage and he declined, and that was what got her upset. Apparently, she's feeling bad because, you know, he's now transferring a lot of his attention to Modella. Like, he has switched from her, even spending the night in Modella's bed, which, I mean, I would understand her coming from that point because he used to spend the night in her bed and then he's in another girl's bed. Dude, okay, so pick a side already. I get that, but still, I don't know if there's any hope for Brian and Ilebai after this kind of fight, especially with the intense abusive words that they were using on each other. I don't know. We've always known that Brian is someone who easily goes into curse mode and start using, you know, words and all of that. But Ilebai, I didn't know that. Anyways, until I come your way again, you know, with anything else that happens, I'm definitely gonna come tell you guys. So till that time, I am Bethy, and this, of course, is the Big Brother Naija show here on THAF TV. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave comments, you know, and of course, click the notification button. Enjoy the rest of your day.